Hello, and welcome back to my channel. This is Reality with Diddy. How you doing? And I'm Mother Wendy. I am reporting from an article that I just read, minding my own business, getting ready to do my love and marriage Huntsville recap. So as I was scrolling down my Facebook feed, what did I see? Entertainment Tonight has produced a video with P. Diddy, P. Shitty, Puff Daddy, the abuser, the less allegedly, everything is alleged in my opinion. Hit the notification bell button so you can be notified when I upload a video. He is indeed apologizing. Now, I will have the link below so you can hear his exact words, but I just pulled out a few things that I noticed that he was saying. He was saying that he had hit rock bottom, and these were some of the hardest times of his life when he was dating Cassie. Now let me add my commentary, because that's what we have to do. When we pull sources, I just got some nice little criticism from some of my subscribers. I appreciate all criticism and comments on my channel over here. Now, here's the thing. If you want content creators that get straight to the point, I don't know who that is. Because in this sector, it's an amount of information that we all have to provide in order to prevent copyright claims. And plus, with that commentary, I try to be entertaining as well. If you're not entertained, I apologize. But that's what we have to do. And sometimes, the lead up can be boring to you, or it can be fun. It just depends on how you take it as a person. But again, that's how we have to roll over here. And that's how I'm going to continue to roll in order for me not to ever get those nice little letters. Because even when I first started my channel, I got a nice little letter just because I had been sharing my own personal videos. Then I had to go through, it's a lot of trial and error with starting a YouTube channel. It's not as easy as people may think it is. Like, we just get up on here and talk. No, we have policy and procedures just like at any other job. Even when we're not monetized. Because this is still providing some type of news information. When you provide news information, you have to cite your sources and all of that. But that's neither here nor there. I'm here to talk about Diddy. I just want to throw in that little disclaimer. But anyway, so he is apologizing, and he says he was in his darkest times and he was at rock bottom. Now, I find that hard to believe. Now, I know that people can be as rich as you want to be and have as much money as you want to have. And you, excuse me, and you go through periods of depression. Remember, if you are a day oneer of mine, you know that I have a psychology degree, and I do understand mental health issues. My only problem with him being a millionaire is, what does he mean by rock bottom? Because the thing about rock bottom is, most of the time that means financially. Maybe he was going through, and I don't remember him going through any financial issues with Cassie during the time that they were dating. Okay. And this was probably at his peak. And to me, it was more of a situation, in my opinion, it was more of a situation with him gaining power. Now, him gaining more power in these circumstances, that might have caused some type of depression, because even when you are powerful, you can go through bouts of mental illness, aka Hitler. So it happens. But when you are really in love with someone, it would seem to me that the person who you love the most, it should be the very opposite of that. So now that goes back to his speech on BET when he won I believe he won the BET Entertainer of the Year award, not year, it was something. It was a high honor, lifetime achievement award or something in that area. But doggone it, every time BET hands out a lifetime achievement award, some mess goes down. So he also said that he you know was disgusted at seeing himself. He was disgusted with himself then, and he's disgusted with himself now. So yeah, I mean, he said he felt disgusted, and he is, in essence, he is truly, truly sorry. Now, just a little history on the perfect match. I think in 2016, and I've been trying to mention this. I might have mentioned it in one of my Pipe and High Tea segments on the deep dive we did. Go back and watch those. I have a playlist, and in that playlist on Pipe and High Tea, you will find a several deep dives into P. Diddy, even before the Cassie reveal. Because, I mean, I've been had my foot on his neck like Tisa Taylor. But I don't have Tisa Taylor followers, so you all don't know that. But I've been had my foot on his neck. I always suspected his, involvement in these various, disappearances or unalivements of people around him. Yes. So I've been right there. You can call me the small Tisa Tails, okay? But so I had been thinking about that movie, The Perfect Match. I watched that movie. I watched that movie in 2016, and I watched interviews with her in that movie. And I was like, even then, I had suspected something. I was like, this girl is fearful of him. And if you go back and watch that movie, basically her character, and I don't know if it was by accident or somebody knew into something or they rewrote it around her character, but that character in the movie was her relationship with Diddy. And even then I was like, that must be how things are working. You have an older man who allows you to date and sleep with other men, but you must and cannot ever commit to any of these men that you're sleeping with. So in the movie, Terrence J's character was that man. He was I think he was like a record executive or something like that. Or anyway, he had a decent job. I put it that way. He met Cassie's character, which I don't remember her name. I'm just, the movie was good to me, but it wasn't up there where I can remember character names. I hadn't watched it but that one time in 2016. So I'm just going on memory here. And the character in the movie was very scared of her main boyfriend. And the main boyfriend was very powerful. So Terrence J's character, I think he left his girlfriend, fell in love with Cassie's character, and she just rejected him in the end. She's like, look, I really like you or whatever, but I'm not going to ever leave, blah, 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 blah. This powerful business exec, and that's really, really controlling my life. He provides me everything I need in my life, but, I'm really kind of unhappy. So I go out and see other men, but I never commit to them. So I think that related a lot to that. And then, that promotion with the movie when Terrence J, go back and look at those promotions. Terrence J said, well, Diddy did have a talk with me. And we don't know what that talk was about, but it seemed like he was very intimidated. Very, very intimidated after that talk that he had with Diddy. And I'll probably never know what he said to him, but it probably was like, look, I can end you. That type of stuff, in my opinion, allegedly. I don't know what it was said, but I mean, I can guarantee you he had his hands all in that movie. And various movies that Cassie played in after that, that was her character. She was always the woman who had the boyfriend, the main guy who supplied her every need, but just for fun, she'll go out and date other guys. That was the exact same character, I believe, just recently that she played in a Christmas movie with Terrence J. if I'm not mistaken. I think they had a Christmas movie out together, like in probably like 2021. Don't quote me on that, but I believe that was Cassie's character. If I saw Cassie in person today, I wouldn't know who she was. Because she has so many various looks, I can't really just pinpoint a look of hers in my mind to say, oh, okay, that's Cassie. I have to see her name at the bottom of a screen or whatever, bottom of an article to know who is exactly who she is. She doesn't have that like distinctive look that say for example excuse me, a like a Whitney Houston. I know Whitney Houston if I just close my eyes, but because she's off the scene so much and he kept her hidden so much, it was almost impossible to know that all these things was happening to her. But anyway, he has apologized. He said he needs God's grace and mercy, as usual, what people say when they're in the darkest times. And if you recall, he said Cassie held him down during the dark times as young Miami was holding up a sign saying, yes, Papi. I was like, when he said that, I tweeted. And I put on my Facebook page. I said, now this woman has moved on with her life and she is married to someone else. Y'all, that is a dog whistle. And my friends was like, girl, you always talking about Diddy. You always on his neck. I said, that's a dog whistle. I said, if you don't think that he still feels like he has some type of control over this woman, you are out your mind. And I said he does all his women like that. I said I felt like that he was doing Kim like that. Because what woman would get on a yacht and have all baby mamas present and then you be the main chick? That's the last trip that I recall that Kim had with Diddy when he took all the baby mamas on the yacht. And Cassidy at that time was still in the picture. And how Cassidy still at that time was in the picture, and he was all over every interview and every news station talking about that Kim was the love of his life. Kim, the same person who you flaunted Cassidy, who you flaunted Cassidy in front of. So yes, with this new article, I do, in my opinion, I believe most of what this woman, I can't think her name, Colo, but anyway, the lady that's been tweeting, I told her, I said, I believe everything she's saying about this incident with, him saying if Kim would look Cassie's tampon, or him calling Kim dark and flaunting the Latino woman in her face. Cassie somehow at times playing into it. Well, Cassie was a puppet. She's under control as well. But at the same time, when you are the new replacement, you think things are going to be different for you. Remember, in the words of Erica De wrote, did you read the Yelp reviews? You don't read the Yelp reviews and you think you're going to have a different outcome. That's exactly what was happening with Cassie. And you cannot tell me one iota of a second. I'm not discrediting what happened to her, and that's what you all conflate. You conflate issues. I'm not discrediting what happened to her. I feel terrible for what happened to her, but at the same time, you cannot tell me that she then flung her relationship with Diddy over Kim in favor of him. She was like, I'm the new chick in his life. He's not going to have all these women. He's not going to have me doing F-offs like you did. He's not going to have me licking tampons like you. No. I'm different. I'm the preference. I'm the Latina. I'm the sexy Latina. Okay? Same thing with J-Lo. But with J-Lo, he went right back to Kim. Kim was his mainstay. And like many other content creators have said, if you would notice, Kim never, ever dated anyone else. Ever. After dating this man. That's the control factor. And he still has them lined up. So he never thought that Cassie would remarry. or marry someone and leave his ass alone. Cassie married that man because that man, Alex Fine, he saved her. And it was probably because he trained Diddy for years. And he probably saw the suffering at the hands of Diddy that Cassie was going through. So in my mind, they devised the plan. Even though that plan took years, they devised that plan and they said, we're going to get what's coming to us and I'm going to get you out of this situation. I'm going to save you. And that is why she married him instantly. So we think it was instantly, but no. She probably was confiding in him. He probably was a shoulder to cry on. All these things were happening right up under Diddy's nose, but he thought he had all the power and he thought she would never leave. So probably at that moment, and the reason why he hasn't done Alex the same way he's done the other fellas that happened in her life, he knew that Alex had that one thing that the rest didn't have. Alex had a little nugget of power of his own. Not only was that little nugget of power, him being paid by Diddy, but he had that little nugget of power that he knew where all the proverbial bodies were buried through Cassie. And in that plan, he said, we're going to let him get comfortable. And as soon as he get comfortable, we're going to drop the bomb. And we're going to drop this information that you have told me over the years. We're going to get us a lawyer. And we're going to make sure that we are financially stable before we do anything. And then we're going to make a move. Okay? And this is how I see things going in my mind. I may be wrong. This is my opinion. But that's how I see things going. Again, I do believe the lady on Twitter, y'all could just stop dragging her. She is stating what Kim stated to her. And even though they only met once, they continue to have conversations. You have to pay attention. You have to listen. And again, just because she is coming out with the things that Kim has told her, that does not mean she is lying about what Cassie did to Kim. And that does not mean that Cassie wasn't a victim. See how those two things can work? That's why they call things parallel. Two things can happen and be true. Just because she's coming out with these statements doesn't mean that she is lying. It doesn't mean that that wasn't Kim's experience. Said all that to say, I believe everybody at this point. Again, Diddy has apologized. The link will be below. The link is from Entertainment Tonight. I'm citing my sources. And again, you do have to provide commentary when you cite your sources and use other people's stuff. I wouldn't want to sit up here on this in this content creator sector and see something that I've said or I reported on, and then you using my direct words and not giving me credit for it. You see what I'm saying? So that's what we have to do. And with that being said, like I said, I'm going to close. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell button so you can be notified when I upload a video. And as I do, when I close, I'm going to talk more. Deuces.